Captain Albert Zertuche and Capt.Eric Hernandez with Real Locos. And the name of your charter business again, bro?
It's Hook Memory Guide Service, brother.
There you go. I see it. That's the thing. It's my memory sucks.
So does mine.
But fishing, those memories are built forever. So
oh yeah,
that's a great thing. All right, guys. So we have been challenged up to a gar fishing tournament, and it's up north. And I'll let Captain Eric give you some more information because it's my first time even attending. But I feel real honored that they would think to allow me to come with them because, you know, when you're in a tournament, you want to be fishing with the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You want to make sure that you got everything on point. And granted, that's not my backyard. All right, so again, I want Captain Eric to give a little more background about this Gar Wars that we're going to, and then I'm also going to do a little more background about Captain Eric himself. The reason being is because, you know, when you fish with different people, they've got different kind of backgrounds. And for me, besides catching fish and fishing with them, their fishing history, you know, plays a part of how it evolved them to who they are today. And, you know, that's always an interesting story. You know, a lot of people, they always think about, you know, if your life was a book, would people read it? So, you know, me, any other fisherman, I don't care what level of fishing they're at, I want to read their book. You know what I mean? So this is kind of my book reading sessions and stuff like that. So let's start with Gar Wars. What do you fished it before, didn't you?
Yes. This is the second annual tournament. Last year was the first time, and there was about 75 people that fished that tournament last year. And if people didn't know, last year it flooded extremely bad. I mean, literally the levees. We were fishing the levees. Oh. Everybody was fishing them. The matter of fact, the winning gar was caught on the sidewalk with a rail. The water was all the way up downtown Dallas, and the winning gar was actually caught from a rail with the sidewalk right there. That's how deep the water was flooding the area. So we're looking at it again this year as far as flooding up north. So it's going to be similar conditions, and now they're actually closing off a certain section of the river that we cannot fish. So from 287 north, we're allowed to fish. 287 from that highway south is no longer allowed to fish, almost down to past Houston.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Houston's in a lot of trouble. So prayers going out to them and their families and everybody.
Everybody from Texas. Always prayers from us, and I'll always be there to help out if something like that comes around. We'd definitely be down there.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, are they worried or concerned about what's happening this year besides them just closing that? Or do you...
Yes, matter of fact, I got a phone call today from Melton, not from Odell. Odell and Melton are the ones that run the tournament up there. And I actually got a phone call maybe about an hour and a half ago from them, and I was talking about, you know, possibly changing the dates of the tournament. And I said, well, you know, I got guys taking off work and stuff like that, trying to get prepared for this. And a lot of people work oil field. You guys know how it is in oil field. Nobody wants to let you off to go anywhere to do anything. They want you there 7 days a week. So we got guys taking off time for that already, and it's already been approved for them. So now they're like, oh, come on, man. But, you know, but I did talk to them, and I told them, I said, hey, you know what? For the first time, it's like a level playing field. Nobody has no secret spots. Everybody's kind of like getting pushed into an area. So may the best fisherman win on this one.
Right. And that, a lot of times too, a lot of it is luck and just being in the right place at the right time with the right bait.
Absolutely.
But you can't ever do it if you don't have a bait in the water.
True.
You gotta remember that. It's like you can't win the lottery unless you're actually playing, you know, so.
Fishing on credit don't mean you got a high credit score either.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't care how much you work on it, it don't work. So, on that note, what got you into fishing?
Oh man, I've been fishing since I was in diapers, man. My father used to take me to Goose Island State Park from San Antonio a lot, and I would fish for trout, flounder, sheephead, stuff like that. I mean, ever since I was a little boy. And I ended up growing up living with my grandfather in San Antonio, and he bought me this little center console boat back in the day. It was a little 50 horsepower Spectrum boat. It was a little center console, and it's like 17 foot long. So I lived on Calaveras and Browning Lake. Fish for redfish, and back in the day, I mean, they actually stocked Browning Lake with the tarpon.
Oh, wow.
Some people didn't know that, but they had one who actually lived for quite a while. There was a big freeze one time, and the turbines got clogged up with all the tilapia and stuff. One of them tarpon were still alive back in 1990 something.
Oh, wow.
And out of the 5, but you know, nobody ever caught one on rod and reel. Over there in Calaveras Lake, they stock them with redfish, and they got striper and so on and so forth, hybrid striper, white bass, catfish. And they also had a fish back in the day, which was called a corvina. Corvina looks like a sand trout on monsters, mountains of steroids. They're actually a sand trout that are about 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I caught one of them. I actually got lucky enough to catch one of them.
Cool. All right, hold on. So, starting out like that and being fishing a while, what got you to go into shark fishing? Because I know you do
Yes.
shark charters as well.
That's a great story, man. Matter of fact, as I was in high school, I started fishing as coming down from San Antonio to work the fishing charters during the summer, and I literally lived on the Adventure, which was Marianne's boat out of Port A.
Oh, okay.
And I worked all summer. That's how I got my school clothes and stuff. That's where I started picking up, snapper fishing, king fishing, mahi, wallow, tuna. So, I kind of got my roll into it my high school years. So, my first shark that I ever caught that was actually something of size was a 12-7 tiger from the beach. Caught it in between Port A and Fish Patch Jetties. I caught it right about in the center. And actually, there is a picture, if I can still find it. It was from the Island Moon, is what I want to think was the paper's name back in Port A, the Island Moon or something like that.
I know there's a paper out there.
Yeah, it was like a thrifty nickel type deal. They caught a picture of me driving through town with this thing on my Jeep because I had the head on the hood, and then I had a little winch system where I pulled them up onto my Jeep, and it sank my damn Jeep. It literally shanked the whole top of the roof down.
Wow.
And that was a 12-7 Tiger. We waited up there at, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dolphin Docks is where we waited up at, and this was 96 or 97 is when I caught that one. And, there was no land-based shark fishing records and stuff like that. Back then, they didn't have land-based fishing records or anything like that. Most of it was offshore, But yeah, so that's where it started. And, I fished with 12-aught senators, 9-aughts, and so I still got the same 12-aught that I caught that shark.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you're doing gar fishing guides now. What got you to shift away from that kind of, obviously you grew up already freshwater fishing, that background, but now to actually concentrate a bit more on the guide service, what got you into doing that?
It was actually a team member, man. Tony Martinez is a team member of Team Real Local. Has been there for about 5 years now out of the 7. He took me gar fishing a while back, and it really stumped me because I got about 30 runs that first year of trying it, and I didn't hook any fish. I couldn't catch one. So he said, well, let's go fishing, and we gave it a shot, and literally first 2 or 3 trips I had about 30 runs, no hookups. I said, man, there's got to be a better way. So we went fishing one time on an Oso Creek, and at the time I had never fished it before. So he says, well, use a bobber, use a treble hook, and a little bit of cable. I got the cable, put a treble hook, had a little skipjack, threw it out there, and I'm sitting there on the bank, and nothing's going off. These guys are getting runs, and my rod is just quiet as can be, and it's just sitting there, and I'm like, there's got to be other ways, man. They're not taking it on top, they're fishing on the bottom, they're getting runs. I'm gonna figure something out. So then I started playing around with those leaders that I make. But that night, it was funny because I'm the only one that caught a fish, and it was about a 3.5-foot gar, and I never got to run the whole night, but when I was bringing it in, it was all the way down the throat. He literally grabbed the bait from the middle of Oso, drug it to the bank, and because as I was reeling in, I just saw my line come back, and there was my bobber on the bank.
Oh, wow.
So he just basically swallowed it. He probably there all night. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a run or nothing like that, but I did catch a fish. So I was like, this fishing's kind of boring. I ain't going to try this no more, this, that, and the other. I started giving my doubts about it. Well, he talked me into it again, so we went to Labonte Park. And in Labonte Park, I made a leader, something similar to what I make now, but I used J-hooks. So I put the J-hooks in, throw it out. Sure enough, I got a run. And I was able to set the hook, fight it, and then the hook got thrown. So I said, man, I gotta figure this out. And I'm losing so many fish, and when I do get runs, I don't hook up. So then I started making stinger rigs, which is stinger rigs is pulled at one point from a 3-way swivel, but you got 6 points pulling in all one direction from one pull point.
Yeah.
And and then with the, instead of having a fixed line with the weight to it, where the gar, as soon as they feel the weight, that's it. It runs through the weight with the BVs and stuff like that, protects your knot, and allows that fish to run without feeling the weight. And then I've had way more success. So that's where that started at. And then that was 4 years ago, going on 5 years now.
Nice. So, again, see how it evolved to where he's at now and where we're going. I mean, obviously there's a lot of guys up there that do it day in, day out, and it's going to be some tough competition. And again, too, with the weather being what it is, it's going to kind of level the playing field, because once you're taken out of your secure locations that you know you're always going to hook up and stuff like that, it's going to give the rest of us that never go up there and fish. Me, it'll be my first time ever fishing the Trinity, but for Capt.Eric, it'll be his second time. So, in other words, we're virgins to that area. However, we got the heart, we got the mind, we got the gear, and the knowledge to be able to put a bait out and put some fish on deck. So we're going to give it our shot, guys. And I guarantee you, we're going to bring everything we can with us to bear. So that way we know that, hey, we gave it our shot. We'll win, lose, or draw. We're going for the win. But win, lose, or draw, we'll be able to hold our head up high at the end of the tournament. And we got more interviews coming with the rest of the team that's rolling out there. I just wanted to give you a little more knowledge behind everybody that's going, so that way how the dynamics of all of our team members are going to come together and help each other out to land fish.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're only as good as your weakest link, and all of our team members got to be able to land fish, know what they're doing, or be able to read what's happening in between the lines as well. Because
Oh, absolutely.
you can lose fish right there at the bank.
Oh yeah, trust me, I will be jumping on fish. When it comes to that point, I will jump on a fish. For 6 grand, I'm jumping on a fish.
So what was the win last year for the monies and stuff like that?
I believe it was only like $1,200 or $1,300 last year. Now it's more than double. So and now they have a different tournament. They had a side bet last year for the biggest catfish, which this year they actually have a division for it, $10 extra. That if you do catch the biggest cat, you got a pot. Now it's a decent pot.
Nice.
But from my understanding, it's about running from about $5,000 to $6,000, and then second place is like $3,000 and $1,000 for third place.
Could be a nice cash payout for us
Yeah.
guys. So we'll keep you posted. Like I said, we got more interviews coming, and we're gonna leak out a little bit of knowledge here and there as we build up to Gar Wars 2019 Battle of the States.
Right.
There's 361 crews coming together.
That's right.
And we're gonna rock and roll.
Heck yeah, we are. Appreciate it, Albert. Good seeing you again, my friend. And let everybody know, hey guys, it will be televised this year on Channel 27. So you guys stay tuned for that one. It's gonna be national televised tournament this year. So
That, and y'all, if y'all haven't checked out Team Real Loco's YouTube channel as well, you catch me sneaking over every now and again. It's good to see other guys out there. Like I said, if I can't make it fishing, I still want to see somebody catching something.
Right.
That, or going out and testing something new, because you just never know. Something might help you out in your fishing. So
absolutely, guys. Always, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to fishing, because somebody's going to be doing something that a little bit different that will catch a fish, and you're stuck on a different technique. Open your mind to what's new and what ideas that are somebody throwing at you, and it will help you out tremendously. You will hook up. That ratio from hook up to losing fish ratio just starts sinking big time when you open your mind to different techniques and knowledge that other people are sending your way. And that's one thing that I've always done my whole life. Man, if I see somebody catching a lot of fish, I'm going to learn, and I'm going to sit there and study everything that person is doing, because I want that opportunity as well. Not trying to steal from them, not trying to jack their ideas, but just to put them more fish on the bank.
exactly. Yes, sir. So y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. To the next time, to the next fish.